All right, sixth grade. Well, we are continuing along here in chapter 8, and today we're going to get into inequalities. And when we talk about inequalities, we're talking about these symbols that you are fairly familiar with. You've been using these two symbols for quite some time: greater than, less than, with the mouth being open to the bigger number. However, today we're going to incorporate these two symbols. This here, the greater than with a line over it, which means greater than or equal to, and then we have less than or equal to. So we have these four inequality symbols, and when we talk about using inequalities, we're going to be using these four symbols here throughout the next couple of lessons: greater than, less than, greater than and equal to, less than and equal to. The first part is taking these word sentences and turning them into inequalities. So we look at this first one that says a number A is less than 7. Well, if a number A is less than 7, we're going to start with A and say that it's less than 7. Well, that's going to be A is less than 7. All right, that's pretty straightforward. So if we look at the next one, it says a number B is more than 29. Well, that's going to be pretty straightforward as well, because it's going to be this idea that B is greater than 29. All right, so far so good. Moving right along, a number C is fewer than 7/8. A lot of it is about wording. Fewer, as we know, means less than. So a number C is less than 7/8. All right, moving right along. A number D is at least -7. Well, when we say something is at least, it means it can be that, but it can also be anything better. If I say I walked at least 8 miles, that means I walked 8 miles, but I may have walked more. At the very minimum, it was 8 miles. So this idea, a number D is at least 7, that means that D is greater than or equal to -7. It's at least -7. This next one, 3 plus a number E is no more than -9. 3 plus a number E is no more than -9. Well, the fact that it says no more than -9, it means it could be -9, but it could also be something that's less than -9. Well, we have 3 plus a number E, so that's going to be 3 plus E. And it's no more than -9. Well, this could be less than -9, but it could also be equal to -9. 3 plus E is less than or equal to -9. A number F divided by 5 is at most 11. A number F divided by 5 is at most 11. Well, first of all, F divided by 5 is going to be written as a fraction. F divided by 5, at most 11. Meaning that it can be 11, but it can also be something less than 11. It can't be more than 11. So at most, just like this one, means it's going to be less than or equal to 11. Part of your assignment today is you're going to be taking word sentences similar to this and rewriting them as inequalities like we did here. Something like those right there. All right, now, the second part of what you're going to be doing says tell whether the given value is a solution of the inequality, and you're simply going to write yes or no. So, well, this first one, we have x minus 3 is less than or equal to 8. And then it tells us x equals 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 12, which is what it tells me x equals, and I'm going to plug it over there. So instead of x, I'm going to put 12, and I'm going to do 12 minus 3. Well, 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 is not less than or equal to 8. That doesn't work. So this one here would be a no. This next one, 4x is greater than -8. X equals 1. Well, if I take 1 and plug it in for x, I know that a number right next to a variable means multiplication. So it's 4 times 1. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 is greater than -8. So this one would be a yes. All right? Graph the inequality. X is greater than 7. Well, now I'm actually graphing it. x is greater than 7. So basically, I have a graph that's going to start at 7. Okay? Now, the fact that x cannot equal 7, because x is greater than 7, it's going to be an unshaded circle. Okay? That means that x cannot be 7. But x can be anything greater than 7, which means on a number line it's going to go right. And this would be 8, 9, 10, 11. And Mr. Swack is always going to require you to have at least 5 numbers here. The first one plus a minimum of 4 more. And they should go up in a way that makes sense. There's not necessarily a right or wrong way, but they should go up in a way that makes sense. And it's unshaded, which means x cannot equal 7. X has to be something that's greater than 7. All right, let's look at this one. X is less than or equal to negative 3/4. Well, okay, so I'm going to have my circle here, and that it's going to start at negative 3.4, or 3 4/10. All right, it says that x is less than or equal to that. Well, since it can be equal to it, I'm going to shade the circle. The circle needs to be shaded. But then it's going to move left as the numbers get smaller, because x can be less than negative 3.4. Now remember how negative numbers work. That's going to be negative 3.5, negative 3.6, negative 3.7, negative 3.8. Now, some of you may prefer to go like negative 4.4, negative 5.4, negative 6.4, negative 7.4, okay, and all that, and that'll be fine. All right, so now this next one. 7 is less than or equal to x. 7 is less than or equal to x. Well, don't get confused now because x is on the bigger side, or x is on the right side. Don't get confused. You can read this as x being greater than or equal to 7, just reading it backwards. The x is on the bigger side of the inequality. So my graph is going to start at 7, okay? My graph is going to start at 7, and it says x is greater than or equal to. Now, it can also be equal to, so I'm going to shade it. But then it's going to move to the right because it says that x is on the bigger side. 7 is less than that. X is bigger than or equal to, so x is getting bigger. So this is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Last one, 8 over 5 is greater than x. Well, once again, with x being on the right, don't be confused because it says x is less than 8 over 5 if I look at it backwards. So if I start at 8 over 5, okay, and it's less than, x is less than 8 over 5, because it's saying 8 over 5 is greater than, I know my line is going to go left. And it's not equal to, so it's going to be unshaded. And I can just make it as 7 over 5, 6 over 5, 5 over 5, 4 over 5. All right, talk to you later, 6th grade.